How'd you like Fairfield? I trust the dusty streets, inescapable advertising, and high-strung citizenry live up to your...
Low. Let's get the shit.
Schuldzuweisung, vorgeschobene Stützpunkt, direkter Vorgesetzter, Commander Emil Torres, gültig ab sofort, Anmerkung, keine Konfrontation mit wilden Tieren oder Soldaten des Protektorats. Die Rapsien sind nicht eure Freunde, behandelt sie nicht wie die zahmen Tiere zu.
Schultz went where? Six alive. Schultz! Anyone got lamps on Schultz? Anyone? Freud be damned. Sallying into the wire like that with nary a wish in her pocket? What was she thinking? Did I not make clear our orders to hold the line here regardless of provocation? Should my instructions have been more robust? Perhaps assisted by pictures?
I'm afraid there's more bad news, Commander. She also took Scrabbles, sir.
Would that he'd done her more good. Seems Calamity has claimed 2 good soldiers today. You there. I don't normally sanction nameless passers-by giving ear to my private discourse.
Dies ist eine befreite Kolonie. Ich kann stehen, wo ich will.
You have some brass sauntering into my base and then acting coy about your reasons. Whatever your purpose, I feel a contractual obligation to warn you against setting a heel past this base. If you go any further, you go alone and at your own peril. No Anti's forces are permitted beyond the forward position upon pain of disemployment and possible litigation. Our orders are to sit and mind the store for as long as need be.
Was ist mit der Soldatin, die ins Minenfeld gegangen ist?
First Officer Schultz's decision to enter the minefield was not sanctioned, approved, or encouraged. Frankly, I have no idea why she defied orders. Schultz was a good soldier. Admirable sense of duty. Less than optimal eyesight. Her loss will be felt in this unit. If only she had recognized the merits of our post. By steadfastly holding the line here, we forestall any retribution the Protectorate would seek to inflict upon Fairfield. And we will continue said watch until orders change.
Ich habe da aber schlechte Neuigkeiten für deine Verstärkung. Die Raptions haben sich auf dem Weg hierher erwischt.
And Calamity digs its claws in deeper. Thank you for notifying me of their demise. I'll send a car for replacements, and pray we do not suffer another attack before then.
Dein Untergebener hat vorhin einen Scrabbles erwähnt. Was ist das?
I'd thank you to affix some ballast to that name when you speak it. Scrabbles has been integral to this unit's success for years. Outsiders may see him as a toy, but we've bled alongside that stuffed sprat. He's damn near family. Schultz obviously knew the risks and hoped he'd protect her through the minefield. Alas, even Scrabble's power has limits. Still would help morale to get him back, though.
Moment mal, Scrabbles ist ein Spielzeug? Ihr habt trotzdem geglaubt, dass er euch irgendwie beschützt?
I'll pardon your skepticism given your lack of acquaintance, and say only this. Ask not what Scrabbles achieves for us, but what we can achieve with him.
Ich hab da eine wilde Idee. Scheiß auf deine Befehle, greif die Brücke mit mir an.
I half believed you meant that offer. Unless you weren't being playful. I confess, the challenge of holding the forward position does not satisfy, as might a straight-on tussle. But I would prefer to avoid staining my reputation by participating in such a needless blunder. Carr was, shall we say, non-ambiguous with her orders.
K hält dich nur zurück. Sie weiß, dass du sie übertreffen wirst, wenn du nur die Chance dazu hast.
Far be it from me to speak poorly of a superior, but I have pondered over her choices as of late. She's been sullen about sharing her strategy, too. Still, however brightly my star burns, I remain in her orbit. She is my superior officer. I defied her once, and I received the verbal tanning of a lifetime for it.
Dann vergessen wir das Ganze. Ich habe Besseres zu tun, als dich zum Handeln zu bewegen.
I will take action when action is appropriate. And I'd suggest you modulate your tone more appropriately the next time we speak.
You seen Gary anywhere?
No, he went off to relieve himself, but I reckon that was a handful of hours ago. You don't think he took it literal, like when we told him to jump in a rift, do you? He couldn't be that literal. Could he? I mean, it is...
Schauen wir mal, was wir hier finden. Nachrichten. Hagenkommando Torres. Ich verstehe deine Sorgen um deinen Soldatenkommando, aber wenn du mich wegen Änderungen ihren Zustand näherst, bremst du nur meine Arbeit. Die Behandlung dauert ihre Zeit, fair oder unfair. Der Schaden einer Kugel kann monatelange Heilung erfordern. Ich kann nur so schnell überleben, wie der Körper heilen kann, mit Respekt und fehlt mir wieder Dr. Barnes. Was haben wir noch? Akquisitionsoffizier und Körper. Ich musste erneut meinen Nachdruck ab den Rätsel im Waffenruhe deutlich machen. Gerade heute wurden mehrere meiner fähigen Soldaten bei der Abwehr eines weiteren Protektorates verletzt. Okay, da geht es um ein Protektorat. Persönliche Aufzeichnung, Leichen auf der Brücke. Das will uns weiter mit unseren Toten, indem sie unsere Sicht zur Schau stellen. Okay. Schulz. Ein Frühstück heute. Schulz. Auch nicht so wichtig, oder? Gesperrte Einträge. Passcode erforderlich.
Take a look at those corpses they've got strung up. Wait. Some aren't dead yet.
This is Protectorate territory already. Ain't looking to instigate anything. But if these bastards make any threat on my person, no promises.
You there. Keep your hands where I can see them. Halt! What's an Auntie's choice monstrosity doing here? Have you come to spy? So confusion and disruption. I'll not have it.
Good, because I ain't bringing it. Though if you're that desperate to test my patience, by all means, keep it up.
Patience. As if you infiltrators possess as much. Feverishly raising our lands wherever you go. You are fortunate that I've been ordered not to open fire unless fired upon.
They never listen to sound advice, do they?
Some folk are dead set on going their way, even if it's straight out an airlock.
I will not suffer an outsider to trespass and trample further through our lands. Turn back from this bridge now, lest my ever-depleting prudence be spent.
Ich dachte, das wäre hier eine Kriegshymne. Und doch unterhältst du dich hier ganz normal mit einem möglichen Feind.
This is an abnormal engagement indeed. It's been a mutually assured stalemate on this part of the island for months. Why else do you think that enemy base nearby still stands?
Yeah. We've already established that you wish you had different orders.
What I wish matters little. We wardens are renowned for our discipline, our adherence to the rules of engagement, even in unsavory company. I will not turn to needless violence, however much I have been pushed toward it of late.
Tja, auch wenn ich damit den schmucken Waffenstillstand stören könnte, muss ich diese Brücke überqueren. Lässt du mich?
Out of the question. Must I repeat myself? If you are not a loyal Protectorate subject, you will not cross this bridge. Be grateful I do not judge with such haste as my superior to the north, Brigadier Montelli. He's been fervent of late, looking for any Protectorate subjects who have displayed disloyalty.
Und was macht er mit denen? Und was macht er mit denen, wenn er sie findet?
Any associations with wrongdoers results in swift execution. That has, unfortunately, put many folk in his sights, myself included. And so we wait for the proverbial axe to fall.
Klingt, als müsste jemand ihm mal Vernunft einbläuen. Und ich bin zufälligerweise gerade auf dem Weg zur Burg.
You actually believe you can contend with him. You are mistaken. He'll cut you open gleefully, then issue you demerits for bleeding on the floor. And you also have no business at the relay, as far as I can surmise.
Ich bin ein Agent des Erd-Direktorats. Ich werde diesen Krieg zum Wohl des Volkes ein Ende bereiten.
Ah, so you are sympathetic to the Protectorate cause and wish to rid our people of this scum at our doorstep. Wonderful. I may have need of your help, stranger, if you are ready to seize an opportunity to show fealty to the Protectorate. I know of 2 traitors who yet remain on this island. Bring them to me, and I'll dispose of them before the Brigadier questions my loyalty and deems me guilty by association. In return, I shall grant you clearance to cross the bridge. Fair exchange, wouldn't you say?
This is exactly the manner of depravity we mean to free these folk from. I know we gotta cross the bridge, but there must be an alternative. One that don't involve an executioner.
Kann ich davon ausgehen, dass die Hinrichtung dieser Verräter vom Ausgang ihres Prozesses abhängt?
Trial. And their crimes are as clear as the sovereign's blue skies? We may not ascribe to your laws, but do not assume that I think lightly of taking a life. These traitors have committed grave offenses, ones that would be punished without question. It's not at all the same as the indiscretions the Brigadier damns his people for.
So much for the Protectorate's self-proclaimed unity and order.
Do not mock us. There's a wide gulf between justice and madness, and many interpretations of the law land on the right side. You see the difference, do you not?
Naja, Gerechtigkeit, ich bitte dich, du bringst diese Leute nur um deine eigene Haut zu retten.
No. I am ridding us of 2 dangerous traitors who will inevitably take good subjects down with them. Am I one of those good subjects? Of course. To my point, our forces on the island are dwindling rapidly. Not just from the fighting, but from treachery. Or from seeing treachery where there is none. I am seeking to preserve our forces by punishing the true wrongdoers. After all, it is rather impossible to uphold one's sovereign-given duties if one is deceased. Now, will you accept my offer, or will you finally get out of my sight?
Du spinnst doch, ich werde keine Fremden in den Tod schicken.
Even if said strangers deserve to be brought to justice? Allow me to offer another solution. Hand over your companion here. A grafted soldier on display would surely make an impression on Montelli. And us all.
You're out of your mind. You ain't gonna use me to solve your problem. You're just dragging out the inevitable. Tell her, Commander.
Keine Chance.
See? So how about you take that suggestion and shove it right up your...
Yes, you've made your point. Now, can we come to some other agreement, or will you stand here wasting my time?
Nein, das ist barbarisch, dabei will ich nicht helfen.
Barbaric? And who is the one standing here in soiled armor and in the midst of monsters? If you wish to cross, this is the only way. So unless you change your mind, be gone.
Don't even think about disrupting the marketplace.
Schedule an appointment if you need to talk to me.
Don't cause trouble. I don't need the extra paperwork. Maybe focus on self-bettering yourself.
You'd make a great lower manager.
How about I do my job and you do whatever it is you do?
We're closed. Did you not hear me? This place is closed. No learning today about how everything happens according to the obscure calculus of an indecipherable plan.
Du bist mit Augustine de Vries befreundet, oder?
Why are you asking? Who are you?
The people she tried to kill.
By the architect. I had no idea. I wish I could say it was unbelievable. I was afraid she was becoming a danger to herself and to others. But this is horrifying.
Yeah, imagine how we feel. Why don't you tell us where she is so we can make sure she ain't being a danger to herself or others?
Das ist schwer für sie, Niles. Lass sie erklären, wovon sie spricht.
The anguish she always seemed to battle with, I fear it may have finally overwhelmed her. And could likely be what's driven her to her present course of action.
Und was genau ist ihr jetziges Handeln?
I wish I knew. It's nothing good, I can tell you that. I haven't seen her since before the corporatists invaded the island. I'm afraid she's going to do something terrible, but I just don't know what. Maybe none of this would have happened had I not introduced her to Victor.
Victor ist der, mit dem sie deiner Meinung nach gemeinsame Sache macht, oder?
How did... You saw her terminal, didn't you? Victor's an Order archivist. We were all friends for a time. But then, shortly before the schism, they started talking to some others inside the Order. That's when things became tense. I started to become uneasy, scared, really. She kept getting angrier with the Order the more she worked with Victor and her other contacts. On top of everything else, it became just too much for me.
Hat sie viel über die Serie der Wächter gegen den Kult des Kooperatismus geschwafelt?
Among other things. For some reason, she was obsessed with the cliffhanger ending of Chapter 6. It was the one where capitalist fanatics brought complete destruction upon Arcadia. But you know how it works. It was somehow miraculously saved at the beginning of the next chapter. It didn't matter to De Vries, though. She just kept going over it and over it. Would have talked to a Crabble about it if there was no one else to listen. That and the invasion itself set her mind to dark things. I begged her not to go down that road again.
Wieder?
She was so agitated when I first met her. Must have been 7, going on 8 years ago now. She never slept, didn't talk to anyone if she could avoid it. After we became friends, she began to change. Still bothered her from time to time, but I thought it mostly behind her. I couldn't watch her go back to how she'd been. Or worse.
Wie habt ihr euch denn damals kennengelernt?
We became friends when she saved me. I'd said something without thinking. Must have been distracted. We all know to watch every last word we say. For some reason, she interceded on my behalf with an arbiter. And she convinced him he didn't hear what he actually did. No one does that. Void, I didn't think anyone could.
War sie Teil des Ordens?
We all were, originally, before the schism. But she never gave it up, even when it became illegal to even mention their name. Which was surprising with how angry she seemed to be getting with them, even as she was deep into scheming with Victor and the others. She even continued to sign her messages, "See you in the equation." It's all so confusing.
Was weißt du darüber, was sie in der Workstation gemacht hat?
What do you mean? It was where she worked, one of the Protectorate's communications hubs. She didn't speak of it much, at least to me. She may have spoken to Victor about it.
Es scheint, als wäre die Bekanntschaft mit ihr für dich verstörend gewesen.
She ain't the only one.
It's difficult to explain. She spoke about things in unfamiliar ways. I felt her words to be freeing, at first. But slowly, I began to feel unmoored, doubting everything I ever knew. She said learning the truth of things was worth it. But now I question whether her truth was just more of her penchant to sow chaos, no matter who may be caught in her schemes. Some days I wish I'd never listened to her at all. Others, I can't help but miss her. Even with everything.
Know a little something about that too.
Hast du sie jemals wieder gesehen, Savannah?
I did try to. Once. After the corporatists invaded Paradise Island and took over Fairfield. They seemed to let anyone in there. Some boisterous fellow even tried to recruit me.
War sie dort? Hast du mit ihr gesprochen?
No. Nearest I could surmise, she'd left just prior to the fall of Fairfield. I'm ashamed to admit, I did break into her safe. She used the same code for everything. 15-778.
That sounds like it could be her agent identification code, Commander.
She said it had some meaning from her previous life. I'd hoped she'd left something for me, but the safe was empty.
Stimmt es, dass der Orden Iontis bei der Invasion geholfen hat, wie das Protektoriat behauptet?
No. But it had to be someone's fault, right? The Protectorate couldn't possibly have failed to safeguard the colony. And they had to answer the accusations the Order leveled at them.
Das ist alles faszinierend, aber ich muss sie finden, bevor sie was Drastisches anstellt. Bis dann.
I know I've no right to ask this of you, but when you find her, please remind her of who she used to be. She's unwell, but I know there's still hope for her.
Okay, wenn ich sie finde, höre ich mir an, was sie zu ihrer Verteidigung zu sagen hat, bevor ich eine Entscheidung treffe.
That's all I can ask.
Ah, hier geht was über den Orden, verseucht, andauernd zu demonstrieren. Achso, versucht. Verseucht, ja, kann man auch Verseuchung nennen. Dass die Wahrheit des Universums in der reinsten Mathematik liegt, der Universalgleichung, einem perfekten mathematischen Ausdruck, der alle Existenz erschafft. Trotz ihrer makellosen Berechnung ist alles möglich. Während unseres Wissen von der Gleichung zunehmend, nähern wir uns asymptotisch dem idealen Zustand der Akzidenz, in dem wir eins mit dem Universum werden oder dem Ja, so wie immer und wie im wirklichen Leben versuchen andere zu steuern. Ihren kranken Fantasie. Ich bin mal gespannt, ob wir dahin kommen, wo wir hinwollen. Ich will da ganz an die Seite hin, mit der Möglichkeit darüber zu hüpfen. Aber ich sehe schon kommen, dass ich in die ganz andere Richtung muss, denn da kann man rüber. Aber jetzt gehen wir erstmal hier. Wir schauen mal, auf was für Hindernisse wir hier noch stoßen werden.
Careful of friendly fire if you head down past the farm. Last time we wandered past, they opened fire on us. A real code 472.
Oh, great. A 472. Been a while since I had to dodge bullet spray.
Careful of friendly fire if you head down past the farm. Last time we wandered past, they opened fire on us. A real code 472. 472 means they're gonna fill anything that moves full of holes. Can't you see him on the clock here?
If you're wondering why there's so many engineers sitting here on their rears, it's because the dang Crabbles ran us out of the desalinator. Now we're stuck here on standby wages.
Ich habe die Krebse am Endsalzer getötet. Das sollte jetzt sicher sein. Zurückkehren.
Hope you ain't jesting with us, friend. Can't wait to get back to making full-time wages. Thank you kindly.
Mind your own business interests.
Peddle your wares elsewhere.
Spiel from Auntie.
Anscheinend hat jemand ein Projekt auf halbem Weg aufgegeben. Du hast alle Materialteile, um ganz einfach mehrere Biogranaten herzustellen. Hier, Hanses Choice, Beobachtungsbericht, Westport, Infrastrukturzustand mäßig beschlecht. Die ersten Kämpfe verursachten erheblichen Schaden an Westports Infrastruktur. Sie haben immer noch Strom, begrenzte Trinkwasservorräte und ausreichend Befestigungsanlagen. Es sollte jedoch angemerkt werden, dass es ihnen erheblich an Robotereinheiten mangelt. Moralischer Zustand mäßig.
Scout report.
Yes, sir. Looks like the repair center is still out of order, sir.
Da wollen wir hin. Schauen wir mal, hoffentlich gehört das nicht wieder den anderen.
Hardly good that they haven't managed to repair it.
Hier liegt Blut.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when. Don't make me bury another agent!
Looks like a fight.
schauen, ob wir da irgendwie rüberkommen, ohne zu ertrinken. Ah, es gefällt mir nicht. Da komme ich nicht rüber gehüpft. Ich hab's mir fast schon gedacht, wir müssen tatsächlich die ganz andere Richtung, das heißt jetzt komplett zurücklaufen.
Ready to waste. On your command.
Goodwin here. Field report update. We are approaching the Raptidon den. These beasts have exhibited excessive irritability as of late. We endeavor to determine why. Surely the red spores aren't to blame. Wind-borne spores lack the catalytic agent of our food additives. Only way to be certain is to gather a stool sample. Simple enough. A routine task for the Audacious Advances field team. Right now, as we approach the Rap's nest, certainly the spirited variety will offer... Oh, no! Oh, okay, we need to run now!
Ja, wurde mittendrin unterbrochen. Nützt nichts. Hier ist doch noch ein Wesen. Hier ist doch noch eins. Hier ist eine Höhle, da ist noch ein.